Why everything feels fake now. At some point, something shifted. People didn't suddenly become dishonest. Reality didn't suddenly disappear. Life didn't suddenly lose meaning. Everything started to feel fake. Conversations, reactions, success, happiness. Even emotions begin to feel rehearsed. And most people feel it even if they can't explain why. See, when people say things feel fake now, they usually mean one of two things. Either nothing feels genuine anymore, or nothing feels trustworthy. But fake doesn't mean false. It means manufactured, curated, optimized, performed. And that didn't happen by accident. Life used to happen first, then it was remembered. Now life is often designed before it's lived. Moments are framed, reactions are anticipated, and experiences are elevated in real time. Not for meaning, but for appearance. Modern systems reward performance, not depth, not honesty, not complexity. Performance is easier to measure. Likes, views, shares, engagement. So people adapt. They don't fake their lives, they optimize them. Authenticity became a strategy. Ironically, even authenticity became a performance. Being real became a brand. Vulnerability became content. Honesty became aesthetic. And transparency became a tactic. When authenticity is rewarded, it stops being spontaneous. It becomes intentional. I guess social feedback changed behavior. Because in the past, feedback was limited. Now it's consistent. Every post, every opinion, every moment. This changes behavior quietly. People start anticipating reactions before they act. Reality becomes filtered through response. And that's why everything looks the same. Platforms reward familiarity. What works gets repeated. What spreads gets copied. And what trends gets cloned. Originality becomes risky. Sameness becomes safe. Over time, content, people, and culture begin to blur together. This is where confusion sets in. People aren't lying more. They are adapted to systems that reward visibility over sincerity. When performance becomes survival, genuineness becomes optional. We're living in the economy of attention. See, attention is now currency, and attention favors emotion, extremes, simplicity, and speed. Nuance doesn't travel well. Calm doesn't spread fast. Complex truth loses to clear presentation. Online emotion is amplified, not because people feel more, but because emotion performs better. Subtlety gets ignored. Intensity gets rewarded. Over time, expressions escalate. A lot of moments stopped being private. They became opportunities. Opportunities for validation, visibility, and relevance. Even ordinary life began to feel staged. Not because it was fake, but because it was observed. Online spaces remove context. Clips replace conversations, moments replace processes, and outcomes replace journeys. Without content, reality feels distorted. People start mistrusting everything. Trust requires consistency, but digital life favors change. Trends shift, opinions flip, narratives update. When everything is fluid, certainty feels artificial. When people say everything feels fake, they're not saying nothing is real. They're saying nothing feels grounded. Reality didn't disappear, stability did. There's a pressure to keep up appearance. Online presence creates alert pressure. To look successful, to look happy, to look confident, even when none of this are true. Maintaining appearances became emotional labor. When interactions are mediated through screens, connections become thinner. Not absent, thinner. Tone gets lost, intent gets blurred, and depth gets flattened. Relationships feel surface level. See, when everyone is watching, being watched changes behavior, even passively. When people feel observed, they self-edit. Over time, that editing becomes automatic. Reality becomes filtered. Real moments still exist, but they're quieter. They don't perform well, they don't spread easily, and they don't demand attention. So, they're overshadowed. Invisible systems don't feel to be fake. They reward behaviors that look fake. People follow insensitives, not intentions. Everything doesn't feel fake because people stop caring. It feels fake because reality became optimized for attention, for visibility, and for performance. Understanding that doesn't fix the feeling, but it just explains it. This is Invisible Systems Docs.